There we go. All right. We're live. Surprise. No, welcome everyone to the show. It's your favorite ex-truck driver in the world. It is a Bitcoin Ben here for the daily What the Pluck is going on in cryptocurrencies in the rest of the world. Now let me move over here on Rumble. We pop out the chat.
We are not YouTube, is that correct?
We are on YouTube, but only for a half hour.
Oh, okay.
Then we shut YouTube down and we continue to broadcast on the other channels as long as we want to. But then we're actually going to jump over on the CALIX YouTube.
Right. Okay.
Yep. So how are you, Patrick? What's going on up there?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome.
Excellent.
Good. Today's show, more and more people are catching on to what I've been talking about. As in the internet through the electric, and what a threat that is. Because initially, more and more people originally, people thought, oh, this is a great idea. This is a way for everyone in America who has power to get internet. But what they did not think of is who's the provider. You have to remember that the power companies basically are nationalized, right, through the regulatory process. So the government regulates the shit right out of them, and they basically do what the government wants. They regulate the new net, as some of them on some people on the inside have been warning about this, and some of us on the outside are listening and trying to get it out. And the issue is, the reason I named this alert, we're at war with the machines of the Matrix, is because that's exactly what it is. This is the beginning of the war of the machines. Right now, I know this sounds nuts, but your television listens to you. We all know this. Your phone listens to you. Even if it's off, it listens to you, right? We have all this hardware and all of this technology, but all we ever hear about is Google, YouTube, all these platforms. No one ever talks about LG. No one ever talks about these laptop producing companies and these computer producing companies that are putting hardware and software on your laptop to listen to you and regulate and even tag, all right, all of you creators out there, all right? When you create a video and you upload it to YouTube, you know that processing that it goes through? Well, that processing is recognizing your face, recognizing your voice, recognizing your IP address, recognizing your laptop address. Why do you think you get notifications for, oh, you're using a new device or a new device is trying to log in to your account? It's because the device is linked with you. It's all outside of the internet. See, we think the internet is the dangerous place. No. The dangerous place is the computer, right? Because you can choose what website you go to, but you don't change your laptop very often. You don't change your desktop very often. You don't change your cell phone very often. That's where they get you, is at the hardware. That's where they get you. And the only company out there doing anything about this is CALIX. Our laptop and we also offer these smaller things, right, Patrick? Or
we're looking at moving into tablets.
okay, so
We're not there yet.
I may have just jumped the gun on that one.
Easy, big boy.
Yeah, no, I am so not good at this. It's the hardware that's going to pluck you, right? And that's what CALIX Solutions is about. Now, I want to share a few videos that I've seen recently, right? That they talk about this. And one of them, hang on a second. All right. The present, share screen, yeah, share. Okay. Let me put us here. All right. Most people will know who this is. All right. This guy, what the hell is his name? Tom. All right. Tom. He had, oh, this guy's name's hard to pronounce. Hey, Patrick, help me out with this. Balaji.
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 surrendered blah blah blah.
Yeah, forget that.
Yeah,
Just
close
Balaji.
enough.
You know, we got Sting, we got Bono, we got Balaji.
Yeah, no doubt. So I'm gonna mute me and Patrick, and I want you to listen to what these guys are talking about. All right? Because as soon as you realize like what's going on is the better, right? Hang on one second.
He's muted. I'm not.
All right, hang on one second. Technical difficulties.
I thought you were an AV nerd. What's going on here?
Hell no. You should know better than that. Now, let me see what we got here. All right.
I'll mute me.
All right. You
Still no sound.
crowdfund bits of territory where they can have their own startup societies and eventually what I call network states. Okay. And then you'd go back to the future, something more like the 1800s, where you could get a plot of land and you could build a town or something like that. Or even, the Alaska Purchase, Louisiana Purchase, things of that nature, where their sovereigns would sell land. The branch point is fundamentally, will just watching the system collapse and doing selective bail. We don't know exactly how the thing will unwind. Sometimes things surprise you, right?
all right.
Probably likely it's going to be printed. Point is,
Here we go.
G7 countries
It's still down on both Rumble and YouTube.
Oh, Jesus. All right, hang on a second. All right. That's just like, now it's actually pissing me off. All right. Never mind then, because I'm about to throw this fucking machine out the window. All right. The point is this, all right, is that what he's saying is that if people, the G7 can access your computer, all right, that's his biggest fear, that it can access your computer through this hardware, right? And that if they can, it screws us. It screws us because then we have no protection, no privacy. And I have been saying it for years that they're trying to lock us into the matrix. How do you lock people into the matrix? You don't give them any operating equipment that isn't hooked into the matrix. This is the whole, the Internet of Everything. That's what that is. Your smart meter, your microwave, your refrigerator, your everything is linked with this. And this is what annoys the pluck right out of me, is everyone's whistling past the graveyard, worried about Facebook and Google and all that. Well, that's an easy change. Like I've changed my show where the first half hour I have software where I broadcast live on a bunch of channels at once. But at the half hour mark, I shut off the YouTube feed, because YouTube, after a half hour, it triggers software on YouTube. Right? And that, right? And that software tracks over and labels your video. That's what processes on YouTube. And then it labels the video. Have you guys recently, in the last 6 months to a year, have you seen where you've gotten these little notifications? And notice how they're phrased. You'll get a pop-up and it will say, YouTube wants to track you across different platforms. Do you want to ask YouTube to not do this? Notice how it's phrased. Not, do you want to give approval for this? Do you want to ask or request that YouTube not do this? Well, you can ask, and they can go, nope, we're still going to track you. But they've given you a pop-up. See, they don't want to give you any out. And they'll twist the language. They'll twist how they ask you. They'll twist how they notify you. And this is all linked with your hardware. All right, let me ask you this. What if all of your weapons, all right, all of your, let's say, 2A weapons were tracked, and every time you shot, it tagged your bullet with a piece of your DNA or something? Would you buy that gun? Hell no. It's the same thing with your laptop. You have to work your ass off to avoid detection. And that's what CALIX Liberty laptops are. They're a weapon that helps you stay under the radar, helps you move across the internet, and the full internet, not just the 3% Google lets you go to. See, what they call the dark web, the bad web, the web where we can't control you. That's the dark web, the evil web, the Hillary Clinton lookalike web, the scariest web you've ever seen. Don't go there. Yeah, Patrick and I call that the free web. Because if you know how to go through it, you're safe. But just like in St. Louis or Chicago or Detroit or any major, traffic city, there's areas you don't go. And freedom requires responsibility. Folks, if you think I'm on here just for my health, I'm doing a bad job. Unmute yourself, Patrick. I know you're laughing.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, as soon as I said doing it, I don't do anything for my health except eat, drink, and smoke cigarettes. It's literally, it's we live in a world, and What's wrong is that people aren't recognizing it yet.
They don't want to.
No, they don't want to accept they're already trapped. All right? They're already trapped in this system of control. And we all know it. And Patrick and I, we're very privacy oriented people. No one need to know my business. Right? This is the number one problem in the world, because people don't realize it's global. It's everyone in the world who has a computer that isn't a CALIX computer. We set up our laptops to provide the best security and autonomy that you can get. I am literally trying to figure out how to make CALIX laptops that are our brand solely. But it's hard and expensive. But when you're at war, you need weapons, folks. And if you're in cryptocurrencies and you're a freedom-minded person, right? That is where wrong way. There we go. That's where we come in. And don't think it's getting any better. It's getting harder. Right? But we have to have a bridge over to our own hardware. See, a lot of us people who do shows, we've moved over to Rumble. Well, that's great. But what happens when your laptop won't let you access Rumble? Not your browser, your laptop. How do you get to it? How do you get the information? All right? My friends, whether you take this serious or not is up to you. But pretty soon, people like us, our laptops are going to be paperweights. All right, you guys over on YouTube, jump over to Rumble, where we will continue to broadcast nonstop. But you guys watching on YouTube, there's a link under the YouTube for the Rumble channel. Click on it and go. Bye, YouTubes. Now, a word from our sponsor.
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from CALIX Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from CALIX Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calixsolutions.io.
Now let me remove this. All right. I want everyone here to be free, right? And not just be free, but live in an environment of liberty. Remember, we have talked about this lately on the show. Liberty is not the same as freedom. Liberty is an environment where no one has the ability to take your freedom. Right? They say that taxes are voluntary. Yeah. But then we shoot you, or then we take your bank account or whatever. But see, they say you have the freedom to choose. You have a choice. You can either not pay the taxes, and we find some way, somehow, to intimidate you into it. Liberty is they don't have the ability to threaten you. They don't have the ability to take anything you own. That's the difference between freedom and liberty. Right? It's extremely important that you guys realize this. Because as we move along, it's only going to get worse, folks. When they shut off, when we go dark, your laptop is going to be useless. Because Google, Facebook, Twitter, all these things are going to go down. And if you don't have the hardware and the knowledge of how to interact on the free web, you're done. It's another tool in the toolbox, like the Federal Reserve. They got lots of tools in the toolbox. Yeah, it's called print money. It's Patrick, do you think, because you actually talk with a lot more people than me with our laptops and all that, are you getting the feeling that people are starting to realize like what's going on?
They are. The issue comes down to, ultimately, the issue comes down to them being able to wrap their minds around how this works, or the prospect that this is a different way, that I have to think differently. That
Yeah.
I can't use the same methodologies. I can't use the same approaches that I've used in the past. And that makes sense, that you'd have to do that. Otherwise, you continue to go in the circle in the same direction. And this isn't necessarily a circle. It's interesting to watch. It's interesting to hear people's reaction to it when they get there. Some of them are a little, and understandably, disoriented by it. Some are scared, and we've walked them through that. This is how you get on there. This is how you do it. And once they go through that process, they're comfortable. But it's not. You're not putting your pants on the same way. It's a wee bit different, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you have to change the way you think. We've all grown up in the Matrix. When you leave the Matrix, you have to change how you think. If you think that we're going to continue on with these easy little shifts and all that, no, we're not. We're not. If we want to be free, right? They enslave you with convenience. Oh, don't worry about your passwords. We'll save all those for you.
Hey, are we going over, or are we staying here?
Oh, yeah. Yep. We are going to wrap this up, and we're going over to the CALIX YouTube channel. There's a link right under here. And if you want to hear more talk about what is going on with what's going on out in Utah with the government information processing plant, come on over to YouTube, CALIX Solutions channel. All right? Love you guys. See you there.